Yo, hey, what's going on? Look, Black Balloon back again for a second time today, right? All right, so I had something come to my mind, right? And it was based off of the video earlier, about the whole Kodak clone and body double and all the shit we was talking about, right? And somebody comment kind of like triggered what I'm about to talk about because they in the comment they say you can't replace a person's spirit, which I was like true, you know what I'm saying? You can't replace a person's spirit, but they were more speaking in the fact that they believe it's Kodak, that he sounds and has his mannerisms, basically you can't replace the spirit in a nutshell, right? So which is mostly true, but it made me think about when they show us in movies and shows and shit about transferring people's consciousness, right? Obviously we think of Get Out. There's a show on Netflix called Travelers. There's a recent movie that I just saw. Damn, what was the name of it? I should have went and got the name of the movie. But before I talk about that, we go to Get Out and we get, you know, um, I'm talking about Get Out the movie. They give us the whole like, cutting open his head and shit, you know what I'm saying? In that one scene where he was like getting them ready to do like, whatever the hell he was doing with his brain, or whatever, they had to go through the little procedure so they could do, the consciousness swap, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because they gave us the shit where, they had the old white man and the young black dude's body. Y'all already know. Y'all already know that was basically, transferring their consciousness into a better body, a body that they bid for. You know what I'm saying? In that one scene, that movie was deep. You know what I'm saying? So that just that goes to show what they're actually, attempting to actually do. You know what I'm saying? This is not just like for your entertainment. They're not doing these movies, they didn't allow Jordan Peele to expose that, because this was a great idea. Nah, they y'all know the movies are the truth. That's the real truth. They telling us what's really going on, what they're really attempting and probably are doing. If they're willing to put it out and let us know that this is possible, we doing this shit, then obviously, this has probably been mastered years ago. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know how they get down with shit. And so, it made me think about Get Out. And then we go to the show Travelers, right? Travelers is on Netflix. And it's actually like, it's always in like the popular section or some shit on Netflix, because I think a lot of people done seen that show. And y'all might have seen it. Some of y'all might have seen it. Let me know in the comments. But Travelers was about people from the future. They would come in groups. People would come in groups from the future, and they would intercept dead bodies, like not dead bodies. They would intercept people right as they're finna die, like 15 seconds before someone is about to die. They're like regular death. They had the technology to send the person from the future into that person that was dying. So basically, they were swapping their consciousness, because the person from the future, they became the person that was dying. They had their physical body, but their consciousness was the person from the future. And so they would go through this like whole process, like 15 seconds before the person is about to die. They would go through hella pain and shit, because the consciousness, the consciousness is basically downloading into the new, its new body. And so when they get into the body, they have to deal with whatever the person like was addicted to, and whatever problems they had or anything, because that's their body. It's just their consciousness, them, like the person who they are in the future is now in this body, but it's all here. They still, they're invading someone else's body. This body is addicted to coke, you know what I'm saying, snorting, you know what I'm saying. This body is weak, you know what I'm saying. This person damn near had a disease. Who knows, you know what I'm saying. So that's what was going on in the movie, because one of the dudes had an addiction. He came from the future and got into a body that was addictive. He was addicted to, like, I forget what the hell he was doing in the show. So, but that's what that whole movie was about. It was about, basically them transferring consciousness to other bodies right before they die. You know, each show and each movie, they just have a different little storyline. You know what I'm saying? And so the other movie that I saw, which I still can't think of the name, bro. I'm gonna try to get the name of that movie, but um, and I can't even remember the woman that played the doctor. She was like a black doctor. She was like some kind of like, you know, some kind of like neurologist or something like that. You know, she did stuff with the brain, and when people would get into accidents and lose their memory, she was like, she had a procedure that worked really fast and shit like that to get their memory back, right? And so this is what the movie was about that I couldn't remember. Just bear with me. So in the movie, the dude, a dude got into an accident, I think. I can't remember how he got to the hospital, but when he got to the hospital, he was basically brain dead, right? So the doctor, the black woman, she took him that night into, her patient room or whatever she was, her operating room and stuff like that. And she started the process of basically uploading her son's memory into this patient that was brain dead and who she knew for surely was gonna die that night, wasn't gonna survive, basically, right? Damn near vegetable type of shit. So this was a perfect chance for her to bring her son back who was dead. Her son died, I think, in the movie. I forget how he died. Cause he used to like beat his girl in the movie, and I think something happened. I can't really remember it completely. I watched it a little while ago. But what she was doing, she had already downloaded his consciousness, to a file, basically. You know what I'm saying? You know, and she was basically waiting on a patient that was, in his position, that was basically brain dead and wasn't going to survive. So what she did was she started the process, because it's a process. She got to pitch you through like multiple sessions of making you think you're getting your memory back, but really she's like wiping your consciousness out and replacing it with her son's. So she started the process, and she would have him come back every single time, basically to continue the process. So one day when he woke up in her chair, it would be her son instead of him once she actually finished the process. So it took like a few sessions, and throughout the sessions, the dude was having memories of the consciousness that was in his head. Oh yeah, because he survived. I forgot, I skipped that part. He actually survived. He was brain dead, and I think he was brain dead. I can't remember, but he had lost all of his memory, right? He survived the accident. He was good. He just couldn't remember shit. I'm talking about nothing in his life. His kid, he had the kid had to tell him everything, all that good shit, right? And so what happened was, with him being alive and surviving it, he didn't know that he had another person's consciousness basically in his head, like budding with his, trying to survive inside of one brain, inside, because there's like she was doing stuff with like his brain waves and all this extra shit that you have to, you probably got to study that shit to even know how to do all of that shit, the all that Neuralink shit where they, y'all know what they trying to do, turn us into AI and shit. But anyway, all this shit relates. But anyway, look, so so he was battling with the other consciousness that was in his head, right? And so what happened was, he didn't know yet. He just thought he was having just crazy memories of shit that he don't remember, So, he kept going to the lady and shit. And eventually, when he came out of one of his sessions, he was a different person. He was the person that she was actually her son, who she was downloading into his body. And so eventually it completely changed. And the dude wasn't himself no more. He was in the sunken place, like how they did on Get Out. And that's basically how they portrayed it in the movie. In the movie, when he was in the sessions with the lady, he was going into this like dark space. She was sending him, she was telling him to create like, your happy place and shit like that, but it was dark. The movie portrayed it as it being like a dark place, so you could tell it was like he was going in the back of his conscious, damn near like subconscious, like going in that sunken place, just like how Get Out did it, you know what I'm saying? And um, and so basically she trapped him in there. That's like what the procedure is, you know, and brought forth her son's consciousness, who she'd been waiting to download into some, you know, a person that was basically dying. So eventually, you know, throughout the movie, their consciousness and shit starts to battle back and forth because both of them is in there at the same time. And the basically, you know, to wrap it up, not to just explain the whole damn movie, her son end up like, you know, feeling remorseful after you know, after you know, just going throughout the movie and him seeing that he was taking over a guy's life who was actually still alive. Like the dude never died, so he started to feel bad. You know, they fought each other in the sunken place. Like the this was just the way the movie portrayed it. Like they were in the sunken place together. The son who died from the doctor and the person whose body he took, they were in the sunken place fighting and shit. And you know, of course, the son beat him up, blah blah blah. And then basically, the son trapped himself in the sunken place so that the dude who didn't actually die, so he could take over his body again. So that's like how the movie ended up ending, right? And then, of course, the doctor, the mom of the son that died, she still had all, you know, I mean, no, she still had his consciousness downloaded on different files. So they portrayed, they showed the movie as if like, you know, we're like leaving it open to a part two. Like I think she ended up getting fired or some shit like that from the hospital, but she still had everything that she needed in order to upload her son's consciousness into another person and basically try it again, you know. So, if I took too long to get to the point on that, my bad, because I feel like I just stretched that a little bit. But anyway, you know, anyway, you know, that's three examples of basically them showing us that they are capable of transferring your consciousness. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes to everything. It goes to MK Ultra, you know, the process of basically splitting your consciousness into two. That's what MK Ultra is. That's why it started off and they were using like LSD. They were using things that were basically capable of like creating two yous. You know what I'm saying? Through like torture and shit. You know what I'm saying? I said two yous as in like two of you, you know? So, you know, like making you listen to the same fucking sound or some annoying ass shit for 20 hours, you know, basically just like trauma, you know, at its like highest form, you know, just like straight up torture type shit. That's what that is. It splits, you know, splits your consciousness, you know, and I brought that up because it's just we're on the subject of basically, you know, turning you into a completely different you, you know, and MK Ultra is basically damn near the same as that, you know, like they torture you so bad you damn near like you damn near not you anymore, you know what I'm saying? Like your consciousness is completely, you know, just zapped, you know, your brain is just zapped, you know what I'm saying? And now you're susceptible to be controlled by anything, a demon, by anything, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, transferring your consciousness, you know, they could put you under MK Ultra first and then transfer your consciousness, you know what I'm saying? Who knows, you know, or, you know, who knows how the hell they even try to do it, but, you know, in a nutshell, it kind of relates, you know what I'm saying? So, and if you think that this shit is not possible, you know, if you think, you know, you straddling the line on believing this kind of shit, just think about other things that these motherfuckers are capable of, bro. If they capable of opening portals and inviting demons into our realm, you must know that they can do all kind of things with you know, your brain and transferring basically brain waves. And you know, just think about them being able to like just control your mind with frequencies. You know what I'm saying? Like force a thought into your head just off of a sound. Think about that. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, you know, we're not, we're not scientists, you know what I'm saying? We're not neurologists, we're not people who study the brain, we're not people who, study brain waves and all of that good shit. We're not even motherfuckers who study how to even transfer that, how to even record brain waves. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously they got all the technology to do all that, but you know, we know the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm exaggerating this so you can kind of believe it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to let you know how much you don't know, how much I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I gave that example of like, if and think about this. This shit just hit my head. Think about the Mandela effect, bro. Obviously, all right, look, this has nothing to do with transferring someone's consciousness. I know. But think about the Mandela effect. If these, and this is almost worse, bro, if they can like control your reality, look, millions of people remembering something to be one way, and then you search it on Google and it's not there. It never existed, bro. Never existed. It never existed. That's the whole concept of the Mandela effect, right? Something that 2 million people remember to be one way. Now, when they go and Google it and look all the way back, pictures from 1966, it don't even exist. You know what I'm saying? Like almost as if they wiped the entire thing off of the internet. Like, how can you go all the way back and change something, a picture from 95, Think about that. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if they can mess with reality, if they can mess with, you know, bro, if they can mess with reality and and dimensions and be pulling stuff from other dimensions and all that good stuff, bro. Nothing's new under the sun, man. You can only imagine what they are capable of. I didn't mean to just completely get off topic with that Mandela effect thing, but I'm just, like I said, I'm just showing you different things that these, these wicked ass people are capable of, bro. Like, this is not to say anything. They are smart, bro. They have, this is technology, and all this stuff is knowledge of the fallen one. That's it. This is they got all of this shit from damn Lucifer himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we not that damn smart, to do all the shit that they doing, especially like with time and that whole Mandela effect thing. That shit is just fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, to kind of just like wrap it all up, if y'all got any other examples that I might have missed, I didn't really like plan to do this video. This was kind of just on the fly. So, any other examples of like them transferring people consciousness and shit in movies and shows or whatever, y'all be sure to drop it in the comments and, just let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it popped up on my mind off of that comment that I read, so I figured we had to put this in the equation as far as clones and, body doubles and all of this good shit, to why these people are basically playing the roles so good. We have to think about that, bro. Like, and some of y'all may try to bring up like, oh, these are rappers. Why would they transfer a rapper's consciousness? Like, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? You know what I'm saying? They already like puppets. They already used to do certain things. Why wouldn't we do this shit to a person who can sway millions of people? What the average person walking around can't sway shit. Can't get nobody to do anything. You got a rapper that can, have access to millions of people's minds. You have influence, then you are of importance. And if we have to do something to you so you don't, get something across to millions of people that we want across, then we're going to have to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking in the mind of the people that do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Shit, who does everybody look at every day? Rappers. Ain't nobody looking at nothing else. We're not looking at no actors. Y'all ain't looking at actors on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't care what anybody else is doing. You're like a few actors, maybe. But everybody's looking at rappers. Rapper every day is the main damn topic, or a singer, or somebody in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? Those are like, they like the most famous people, damn near, really. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, shit, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, not to just, be ranting crazy off topic and shit, man. I was just, just had hella shit going on in my head, been 2 weeks, so like, hey, shit, we gonna cover it all. So y'all already know what's coming up next. And I definitely will drop some random in between. Who knows? Because I'm pretty sure something else gonna come to my mind. But anyways, man, y'all already know what's going on. It's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon.